Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing today? I hope you guys are having an amazing day, my beautiful earth angels. So, today I want to talk about how self love can change your life and how self love changed my life, basically. And I want to give you guys, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you've been here, you know who I am and you know my journey and a lot about me. So I kind of want to just share how self-love kind of impacted me, because this comes from me, somebody who had 0 ounce of self-love. I do what I do, and I know this sounds repetitive, but I'm getting a lot of new people on my channel. So if you haven't seen my previous videos, I do what I do here because I'm very passionate about mental health, and I'm very passionate about making people feel as if they're worthy of being loved, and helping people love themselves, and helping people heal, and helping people see the magic within themselves. I'm very passionate about loving others. I come and I do this because I come from a very deep deep dark place with mental health, with struggles, with it was my entire life. And so yeah, I have been in a huge self-love journey for years, and I could have never ever imagined myself being this happy and this in love with myself and this confident. And so I just, I want to show you guys how it changed my life. So first and foremost, right, self-love in general, it helps you understand, I guess, yourself on a deeper level. And self-love to me means having a deep soul connection with who you are. And to me, that's always been important, because I feel like, although there is no disconnect from yourself, from spirit, from your soul, because you are a powerful soul, although there's no disconnect, we tend to run away so far from who we are that we don't even know our likes and our dislikes. We don't even know who we are, because we have this immense pressure put upon us by society to be something, right? To act a certain way, to perform a certain way, to talk a certain way, to look a certain way. And nobody wants to be their authentic self. And self-love overall has helped me really connect with myself on a soul level. And because I've connected with myself on a soul level, that has helped me become more authentic. And my happiness, the way that I live my life overall, has improved because I'm happy in my authenticity. And I do feel like, because a lot of us have to put up a front, that's why a lot of people are really sad, along with a lot of other stuff. But because you can't really express yourself for who you are, like, you really can't express yourself. That creates so much sadness within an individual, to not be able to be authentic. And that creates anxiety, because now you really do care what people think about you. And self-love kind of dissolves those layers of giving a fuck of other people's opinions. And that was, I suppose, a very big impact on me. Because now that I stopped caring about what other people say about me, now that I loved myself enough to be true to who I am, no matter what people have to say, who gives a shit? It's just an opinion. And self-love has changed my life, because I'm just living in my authenticity and I'm happy. And I always say, as long as you're not hurting yourself and other people, there's nothing wrong with it. Be yourself. Be you. Be the first person to be you. Be fucking weird. I will always encourage somebody to be more weird. I will be weird with that person. Who the fuck wants to fit in? Because I don't. And self-love has taught me that lesson of just not giving a fuck and being authentic to me. And because I'm authentic, I'm so much happier. So much happier. And so that ties into everything else, because now that I am giving off, right, because the universe is a reflection, it's a mirror. Now that I am giving off this energy of love, of happiness, of really sitting with myself and knowing myself on a deep level and not running away from who I am, And that came with a lot of self-forgiveness, and I had to dig deep into a lot of dark shit in order to love myself. A lot of dark shit, and it's hard. Healing isn't meant to be easy. It's hard, and the self-love journey is, I feel like, everlasting, because you could always love yourself more and more and more. It's hard, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. And so now that I am giving off this frequency of self-love and setting healthy boundaries and standing in my power and standing in my authenticity, now that I am shining my light without allowing people to dim it, the universe reflects that back at me 1,000 times over. Because what you give, what you receive is what you give out. The universe is a mirror. The universe is going to say facts. This is what you believe about yourself. This is what I'm going to give back at you. And so, because I've learned to love myself, my whole world changed. Literally, my whole world changed. The way that I see life changes. I'm softer and I'm happier, and everything's more green, and the songs are deeper. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. We're magic, and self-love, because I'm giving love. The true love story is self-love. Love is the frequency of magic. Love and gratitude are the highest frequency energy. The energy frequencies here on earth, the universe, it's the highest frequency. And it's so easy to receive what you want in this life once you start giving off that frequency consistently. And everything happens for me in the best way possible. And that's the thing, is that even if it doesn't happen, I love myself enough to know that I can overcome something, or that I can take a step back, or maybe it didn't happen because, rejection is divine protection. There's something else out there. Like, I love myself so much. Self-love has helped me so much, and it's changed my mindset to every single outcome. I'm not out here saying, oh, today's gonna suck. Today's gonna be a bad day. Why the fuck does this keep happening to me? Like, consistent, like in a negative, I guess, spiral thought process. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I was in that once upon a time. But when you are constantly like that, and you don't take a step back and dig deep into self-love, your world's gonna reflect that back at you, all that negativity. So self-love changed my life, because it literally just changed everything that's received to me, that I receive, everything that, my manifestations, how I see life. And that's not to say I don't have bad days, because I do, but just because now my bad days aren't going to send me into a spiral for many days. My bad days aren't because I don't love myself. My bad days won't send me into a depression. I can now understand, because I have self-love, because self-love comes with healing. So it goes hand in hand, because you start to realize things on a deeper level. So for those who have gone through it, I suppose you understand what I'm saying, because it's so hard. It's a little difficult for me to understand. But healing and self-love and being spiritual, when you are on this journey, everything just starts to make sense. It's like every time you go through a spiritual awakening, or those dark moments or tower moments, or learn self-love, or whatever it is, the veil thins, another layer thins, and another layer thins, and another layer thins. And you don't really know what you're looking for, what you want to understand, until it thins, and then everything makes sense. And so, yeah, that's been a beautiful, I totally forgot my thought process right now. I got into spirituality for a little bit. Self-love has helped me understand why things happen on a deeper level without getting into a depressive state. And like I said, that doesn't mean you're not going to be sad, because we're humans. We have emotions. Having sad, anger, frustration emotions are normal. I don't know if you guys heard that motorcycle, but it's normal. But because I love myself so much, I can now cater to my emotions and take a step back. I can now see that I'm feeling this, not because I'm not worthy. It's not because I don't deserve good things, right? Because when we aren't in a place of self-love, we tend to think that things happen to us on purpose, or just to us, not for us. We think it's happening to us. And so it kind of sends us into, like I said, or it used to send me into a depressive state and anxiety. And now I understand that it's happening for me. And my emotions aren't being brought up because I'm not loved. Because I am loved and I love me. It's just I'm human and I have emotions. And that's another thing that another way self-love changed my life is my perspective and outlook on myself and the world. And that is so fucking important. Because if you want to achieve and be successful within whatever your goals are, you need to have a positive outlook on life, on success, whatever your gauge of success is, because success is different I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about success in the point of breaking generational trauma, becoming the first person to actually speak up or living your truth, whatever it is. You need that perspective shift, and you need to love yourself enough to say, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to move forward with this. Yeah, self-love just changed my entire perspective on me and life and other people. I can now understand and not allow, because I feel like a lot of us are very hot-headed, and society in general, and, a lot of us allow others to sway our emotions, and self-love has helped me to understand and empathize with others. That doesn't mean allow. That doesn't mean allow. Sometimes you do have to say stuff, right? But I can understand why people are the way that they are, because they have a lot of projections and traumas and stuff that they need to deal with. And so then you don't take it personal, right? Because when you take it personal, it starts to hurt you. And then again, it could lead you into I'm not good enough mindset, I'm not worthy enough, whatever it is. But you start to realize that it has nothing to do with you. Self-love, like I said, goes hand in hand with evolving, raising your frequency of who you are. And when you do that, you start to see things and understand things on a very deep level that you didn't before. And that's what healing is. Self-love is healing. And it's a beautiful thing. And I love myself so much. And I used to hate myself. Self-love has helped me be alone. I love my solitude. I never used to love it, you guys. I used to hate it. I used to be so scared of my own mind. But now I prefer it. Like the connection with yourself that you gain is such a beautiful journey, a beautiful thing. Because it's you, right? You are you. And you can see yourself from the higher self perspective. But you can have so much empathy for who you are and how far you've come when you're on this self-love journey. And so you can see every version of you that needed to survive for you to be you. And that's another way self-love has changed my life, is that now that I'm in this state of just happiness. And that, like I say, that's not to say that I don't on occasion get sad or frustrated, right? Because we're humans. But overall, I guess, happiness. I'm not in a constant sadness, depressive, angry, resentment stage in my life anymore. I'm in a happy, I fucking love myself, happy state in my life. And because I'm here, it has helped me have so much empathy. Like, you're going to see yourself as the strong, powerful, courageous, brave soul that you are when you're on this self-love journey. And it's, like I said, it's not easy and it's bittersweet, but it's beautiful. And it's not easy. And I say that it's not easy because you have to overcome so much darkness. But I always say this, everything that I know about my light was taught to me through my darkness. And self-love has showed me to honor my darkness. We're not running away from it. We're not saying, no, the darkness was bad, or, this part of me wasn't worthy. No, self-love has helped me to understand that there's duality. As much as I need my lights to be happy, I needed my darkness to get there. So you start to understand and see yourself in your entirety. Because everything you've ever wanted from others, the love and just to be seen that you were looking for, you want other people to see you, you start to see you. And because you start to see you, you start to have boundaries. You start to Say no to things that don't make you happy. You start to see how brave you are. And that's where that deep soul connection comes with yourself. And that's a beautiful fucking thing, because you can just sit there. At least for me, I'm a very emotional individual. But for me, I can sit there and I can cry. I cry because we did it. We overcame all the shit we didn't think was possible. We didn't think was, and even in the midst of doing it, I didn't realize that I was doing it. I just wanted to love myself. And I told you guys this before. When I was in college, I've had depression and everything as a child, but when I was in college, that's when I had my first spiritual awakening. But I remember being so fed up with being sad, and I had said this on Instagram in another video, that I was walking around, and I think that was a turning point for me. I was just walking around college, and I was praying, begging to, I don't know who, just to the sky. I was like, please make me a happy girl. I would do anything to be a happy girl. I'm so fucking tired of being sad every single second, of not wanting to live every single second of my life since being a kid. I was so fucking tired of that shit. So tired of that shit. And so, yeah, I just, without knowing that I would be here on this path of being a healer, which makes sense because a lot of the healers have to go through a lot of mental health stuff, and a lot of us are healers. You know, you don't heal anyone directly. You heal somebody with your energy and making space for them. And, you know, the way that I do it, like I always say, is talking about my experiences. But yeah, that was a turning point, and it was a hard journey. That started when I was 18. I'm 26 now. I'm going to be 27 in October. And none of it made sense. I'm going to be honest. Self-love has changed my life tremendously, because that's a long fucking journey I was on, and it's continuous, right? But none of it made sense. I didn't know what I was doing. You kind of go blindly into this journey. You start to do things that make you happy. You start to learn your boundaries, right? Because we learn it the hard way, because sometimes we allow people to hurt us over and over and over again until we get to the point where we say this is not gonna happen anymore, right? And little by little, step by step, while you're blindly on this journey, not really knowing your path or how it's gonna turn out or just what you're doing, little by little, you do climb steps, and then you go higher, and then you go higher, and then you go higher, until one day, it's like you're underwater, right? And so, okay, put it this way. It's like the water's here, and you're on the self-love journey, and you can't see, you can't breathe, you're bobbing up for hair, and then the water drains, and then you can see a little bit, and then the water drains, and you can see a little bit, until you're on dry land. Or until the water's at your ankles, you know? Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to get at that. I think I just wanted to share that, because self-love for me was very confusing. There's no one size fits all. There's no one way to do it. There's no, I guess, like, handbook. Yeah, there's, I guess, videos and TikToks of, you know, how to do self-love. But at the end of the day, it's really dependent on what your needs are and what your healing is and who you are. And nobody can tell you that you're doing it wrong. Because self-love, like I said, is tied to healing. And healing is tied to the spiritual journey. Whether you believe it or not, you don't need to, but your soul at the end of the day. And all self-love is finding your way back to yourself. The core, who you are, who you've always been. We just got a little lost along the way. And so you're going on this journey to find who you are again. And it's blind. You're blinded, but you're doing it blindly, but it's worth it, I promise. And I just wanted to share that just in case people are confused. I think that's why I wanted to talk about that. Because I remember being so confused and I didn't know what my path was, you guys, until recently. And I've been on this journey for a long time, just in overall life. And even still that I'm still learning. And I think self-love, or I know self-love, has put me into a position where I can say, you know what? I'm gonna do this because I know that I am courageous enough to do it. I know that I'm going to speak my truth regardless of what other people say. Because I know at the end of the day, I'm helping people. And so self-love, I guess, has given me that courage to overstep or overcome others' opinions. And yeah, I went on a whole tangent there. I'm so sorry. But self-love it changes your life. You really do become really fucking happy. And I want to say that just because, like I said, I come from a place of not loving myself. And self-love has really helped me get in touch with my inner child, little me. I have such a good relationship with little me, with the little version of me. I have me on my phone. I think I showed you guys already. Look, that's me when I was little. A butterfly. I have such a good relationship with the little me. And the little me, sorry, it's really dark. It's like 6 p.m. I think 7 p.m. actually, but the little me had a lot of trauma and abuse, and she didn't. I know I'm making her proud, and I protect the little me. I now allow my inner child to come out to play consistently on a daily basis, regardless of what fucking people think. I don't give a shit. I protect her. And I think that's what self-love has given me, was seeing the magic and the childlike perspective of life. And so when you see the magic and the childlike play in life, life just becomes so much better. And healing your inner child takes a lot of fucking self-love, because that shit's hard. We don't have a handbook. We don't have a guide. No one's fucking telling us how to do that. That means, like I said previously, setting up boundaries. And setting up boundaries with those who have hurt you, whether they're family members, whatever it is, takes a lot of fucking self-love, because it's hard and it's scary, right? It's scary to speak out of turn. It's scary to stand up for yourself. But like I said, self-love gives you courage to do that. I guess the last thing I can say about that is loving myself. It's a romantic story. But see, not romantic in the sense of like a partner. It's romantic, like, you know, like I said, you've always wanted somebody to see you, but you see you, and you admire you, and you admire your strength, and you love yourself, because all the love you were looking for externally has always been within you. It's always been you, my love. It's always been you. And that's what self-love, I guess, helps you see. Helps you see the love and the light within you that's always been. You don't need that shit external. Yes, we love it and it feels good, of course, right? Because I would love to be loved and everything, but it's a romantic story of falling in love with who you are in your entirety. And it's such a beautiful fucking thing, a journey. And to whoever's watching, I hope that you're on this journey, and I hope that this journey treats you well, and I'm sending you so much strength, because this journey isn't easy. But I hope that one day you can come to a point where you can look at yourself and take a look back on how far you've come and say, damn, I'm a strong fucking person. I'm so proud of who I am, and I'm not gonna let anybody take that away from me. I wish you all the best, because it's worth it. The journey is worth it. And the people you lose along the way, it's for a purpose. It's for a purpose, my love. And you're going to get to a point to where you're going to need to grieve the old versions of yourself. So let yourself grieve that, because it's hard and it hurts. But it's a metamorphosis. It's quite literally metamorphosis. You shed your own skin when you are on the self-love journey. And you become a new person, a beautiful, radiating, powerful soul person who stands on fucking business. And that's a beautiful thing. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. It got a little dark. I didn't expect it to get dark, but thank you for staying this far. I love you guys, and I will go. My Patreon is attached to my bio in my YouTube. I'm doing a poll right now on my next video if you guys want to go vote on that. It's only $5, and I'm planning on going live there. Everything's included, but yeah, okay. I love you guys, and I hope you have a good day. Bye, everybody.